Dude, my dad cussed out like the fucking bellman at the last cousin's wedding at the hotel because they're like trying to usher people out, and he's like, "God damn it, we spent thousands of dollars. You fucking kick us out. You fuck you, man." Like my dad goes crazy.
That's fucking right. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, it's true.
Welcome back to Careful Boys. We are very careful boys, and today we're talking about one of the careful boys got married.
Oh! Very, very careful. Who is it? Who is it? Guess.
Ryan?
Whoa!
Take it away, Anthony.
Congrats, Joe.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I mean, hi, Nina. Don't get mad at me for talking about this.
She doesn't watch this bullshit show.
Wait, it's Nina? Spoiler alert.
Yo.
Her mom watches this.
How come you didn't tell us?
Yeah, how come you didn't tell us?
You weren't invited.
Why did you only look at me and you didn't look at anyone else?
Oh, because we were there.
That's everybody was
It
there.
was sick.
Ryan, were you there?
I was there.
I'm the only one that didn't go.
I wasn't there.
Did Can go?
Ken was there. He was filming and then deleting everything.
Can you walk through what led it
what
to
happened?
becoming
Yeah, so we eloped. We went to Maui, and when I say eloped, like I'm talking like we didn't even tell our parents. So it's really just us. Like if it wasn't for the hair and makeup lady, the photographer, the videographers, like, and then the kuya who ordains us of the island type thing in Hawaii. Like we didn't have relationships with any of them. They're like people who work for the industry. So it was really just us. Was it weird? Yeah, I think so.
Did it feel rebellious to be like, oh fuck, we're gonna do this in secret?
I don't think rebellious was like the intention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't born out of that, so I feel like we didn't feel that, but it just felt. It felt a different version of surreal.
Did you guys go? Were you guys on the plane going to Hawaii knowing you're going to elope, or was it something?
Yeah. So I guess to take it back a little bit. So I proposed to her I think early 2021, early last year. You know, it wasn't ever very clear like when exactly is going to be the wedding, how we're going to do it. All I know is that her family and stuff like that is not very large, whereas my extended family is like a lot. Like I got this whole Chinese Vietnamese like giant family.
Yeah, Lee?
Yeah, there's a lot of Lees out there.
There's a million Lees.
Tons of Lees.
And
Bruce,
and then on top of
Jet.
that too, it's like.
He said Bruce Jet.
There's a lot of Lees out there.
Even though they're different Lees.
They're all the
Lees,
same,
man.
Same.
Robert E.
Robert.
You gone.
There's a lot of them.
And
It's the one I.
what else is there? And then also just like in terms of like when I really think about like wedding, I started thinking about like, oh, I gotta invite like all the Kendras. I got like the whole JK family. Everybody's got a +1. I got like friends from like high school, from college, from like this, from that. There's just a lot of different social groups as well.
Kinja's alone, dude.
I know, that's already.
I mean, they just let anybody in.
One day, Joe.
That's gonna be honestly with maybe 500 to 1,000 people, huh? Like if you were to invite everyone that's really in your life, it's probably gonna be like 500,000.
Definitely a few hundred for
That's like an
sure.
Indian wedding.
That's like when you're at your wedding and you don't even see your chick because you're all working crowds the whole time.
Yeah. Shaking hands.
But then once I like got there, I was like, man, I straight up, I'm not even finding like, you know. Our Luna year wasn't exactly healthy for us, so like I didn't exactly, you know, feel like it was a financially responsible move, and then let alone like just like with all the business things that are going on, like entering the recession, like obviously there's, you know, as a business owner, you're seeing a lot of different things, especially in like marketing budgets and all this stuff get cut. So just my overall sentiment during the year was not like getting more confident. And then next thing you know too, like we had always dreamed about certain things. Like we dreamed about getting married in Hawaii, right? But then to be transparent, it's even for like our own like family financial background, it's not like we would get a lot of support. We would probably have to like fund basically all of it as well, even for like a lot of our extended family.
This is just a fucking no-go.
Yeah, that was just the pressure that I was feeling, just to be completely honest and
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you start compromising things, right? We're like, all right, let's not do a destination type thing. So
Did you have an estimate for what you thought it would take to achieve your dream? Was it like it was like, I don't know, 50 G's or something, or 100 G's or something.
I never allowed myself to get there. Honestly, we would like talk about trying to be like, let's keep it under like 30 grand, and in my mind being like okay with it going to like 45.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, there's always going to be things that pop up out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
So just like allowing myself to try and think there. But then the second you start like thinking about like how much we were venue shopping both in LA and in Hawaii, you know what I mean, at one different time. But once you start getting there, you start adding these numbers up, you start thinking about how much different things start costing, but it's all compromising, you know what I mean? It's like we cut out like the destination thing because it wasn't cost too much. We got to invite like these types of people because like for my parents, like very Asian style, it's like I don't even really know these people, but we most likely have to invite them. Hopefully they're going to bring us fucking red envelopes and we can cut, you know what I mean? You start like doing this whole thing, and then halfway through the process you're like adding a bunch of stress and anxiety over like the experience. Like I think it's unavoidable when you're like trying to start planning stuff, things get a little bit stressful. And I just remember thinking to myself, I was like, maybe I'm overly practical sometimes or logical, and it's like why are we doing this? Like why are we spending like this much money for this type of thing that we're like kind of okay with because we think we're supposed to do it a certain way? And you know, and of course like I have my own pride and ego and glitz and glam that I want to bring to the table, if you know, let alone like what she wants to envision for her perfect type of experience. And it was just a lot, you know. And then I think one time we were just like driving and you know, I didn't want to like complain about it, so then we ended up just like started like having fun romantically talking about like in this fuck it mood, like what if we just said fuck it? What if we just like went ourselves? And what if we just went back to our original idea? Me and you just went to Maui and we were like, you know, kind of riffing off of this like fuck it mentality for a second. And I remember this like slight pause and just being like, damn, that sounds kind of tight.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's like, wait, should we just do that? And then that ball just, the second that like idea started catching wind, like all the green signs, like the green lights were like, yeah, this makes sense, and all these other things that we were kind of trying to work around and stuff, which again, you also like get what you pay for, right? Like whether it be like the investment of time and planning to like literally what you pay for, like there's also a lot of things that we didn't get by like making this decision that, you know, I would still love to someday hopefully receive.
What's something you didn't get?
Like for example, with Nina, she's the only daughter of her father. So even though she has like half sisters from like a different dude, so the mom remarried. So that means that father has, even though he has like 4 daughters, that's his real one daughter. So he's never really gotten a chance to like walk somebody down an aisle. And just to think of like that for like my stepdad and being like, oh, okay, that's invaluable.
That's probably an experience he wants to have.
Yeah, potentially, right? We didn't exactly talk about that, but just thinking about like that feeling.
You just took it from him instead.
Yeah, I just totally took it from him. Or like a family photo, like her family and my family in one photo.
Yeah.
Like how valuable is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Without, you know, and maybe we can like formally concoct some sort of like dinner or something.
We got Adobe Suite, you can make that happen. Yeah.
Ryan knows how to get it for free.
And he could put other people in, celebrities.
He's really good at Photoshop.
Yeah.
You can make your nephews like 6 feet tall, you know. It's,
We can give you a big dick.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
In a family photo.
Dude, Anthony's outline is crazy.
his dick just popping on his pants.
Yeah. It's a little cartoonish, actually.
Thank you for the big.
You don't want to get that photo back and go, why does my dick look small?
Yeah, exactly.
My bulge is too weak. They don't do that for you at Sears.
Also, maybe like outside of even like a day of the wedding, the idea of like a bachelor party, or you know.
Oh yeah, just the whole thing, huh?
You know, where like you get to handpick, you know, some of the gentlemen that help you become the man you are, and then
I was only a 30-minute plane ride away, dude. You know, like Maui's right there.
Kind of fucked up, dude.
So just things like that, like were sacrificed, you know what I mean? But then what was gained, other than the fact that like, one, I'm not like in debt and broken out of pocket for a bunch of shit. Which
is a big deal.
Thank God.
Yeah, dude.
Huge.
Now you're just in debt and broke because of crypto. Let's go, baby.
Double down. Now the bottom are woo.
I mean, there's so many people that start a marriage in debt, like from in a deficit,
That's
you know,
true.
in like a backwards place. That's tough.
Can you imagine how many people out there actually succumb to the social pressure and they end up doing it because it's for the family and they don't want to feel the shame and embarrassment. So then they blow like 70 grand that they don't have on the wedding. Because you guys almost did that.
Yeah, kind of.
And then
almost.
while you suffered through it and you're just like, oh, I had to do it for my family. But you're just, you know, some people would do it because they're just afraid of judgment and all that.
I picture like Graham Stephan doing like a for-profit wedding.
Something I probably made it work.
We managed to figure out that if every guest contributes cash, you know, we only spend this amount on you know, overhead.
And you know what? There are some weddings that are like that. Straight up, I've heard of like certain like Asian weddings and stuff where, you know, because they got that rich uncle or auntie from Hong Kong, or because they blah blah blah. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I made money on my wedding, and I'm like, that is amazing.
How do they make money on their wedding?
Some Filipino weddings are like that, where you have sponsors. So like there'll be like 20 different family members or church members.
And they get to run ads at your wedding.
This wedding's brought to you by
Jollibee.
Jollibee, yeah. It's a Jollibee banner.
Yeah, it's like it literally is. They pull the money together, and then all those people spend the money for you to have your wedding. And then on top of the gifts you get, you can walk away with profit. I think my parents had health sponsors.
I could go that route, which I might still have a family maybe wedding next year, you know, because I
renew your vows.
Yeah.
Exactly. I definitely still want to have like and share something with my family and her family as well. But in order for me to like go that route, would involve like one, it's like very Asian style. Two, it's like probably a bunch of people my parents would invite that I don't really remember or know or anything. In order for like that, you know,
yeah,
so
always happens.
Gotta play the game.
You're already down this whole lane of compromise where you're like, okay, I gotta hopefully get my money back, but I'm gonna spend $12,000 for like these guests to, you know what I'm saying? So that was something that I was just like, me and Nina, we just weren't really there.
How did that feel though at the end of it all? Were you relieved? Like,
you know what's crazy? Yeah, absolutely. I think like the amount of stress is like, this is so weird. I've been to so many weddings and supported people. I've been on so many like, you know, bridal parties and been the best man. And so like, I've really like seen and experienced like all those things. And so for my own, the idea of like my wedding day, it's like, it was just her by herself in like one area. We were at this fucking sick ass suite at Hotel Wailea, this beautiful resort, right? But she was like in one side just getting ready with the hair and makeup, just mad chill. And for me, because it's not gonna take me hella long, and there's no crazy like, there's not insane schedule. I don't have to like host all these guests and family members. I literally was like, all right, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's what I.
You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So I like took a nap and I got up and I was like, I'm gonna be good for like later in the night, whatever. And then it's like once we got to like doing our thing and stuff like that.
Did you have the nervies? Like leading up to it?
Yeah, were you nervous?
It wasn't nervous, but it was like excited jitters. Just you know what I mean? Like it just felt.
Yeah, the thrills.
Cool. Yeah, it's just thrilling, exactly. And then I remember when we went to go actually do and get ordained and everything like that, and we were just a private area of the island. It was really just us, and Kuya comes down, he blows this fucking giant seashell in all directions. Aloha, and he's doing like this whole thing.
Damn, that's dope.
And that was huge for us because she's got a connection to Hawaii with like, you know, her family. Some of her family lives there. My parents got married in Hawaii when they like met there, you know, in the 70s and stuff like that after the war. So I just like always envisioned and wanted to like be in that space and feel the energy. So that was like amazing. And then when that was done, we were done. There was no other commitments to anybody else other than ourselves.
That's the best.
It's so weird. It was
that's
really
what it should
weird,
be.
but it was over. And then we got to start our vacation.
Interesting, yeah.
Did you go on the water slide? I've been to the Grand Wailea.
It wasn't the Grand Wailea, it was Hotel Wailea.
Way less good.
Water slide?
Yeah, dude. Grand Wailea. The Grand Wailea has like fucking 3 water slides in it.
Way less good.
Yeah. No.
And it was funny because when we were driving back, we were, you know, still took us like 30 minutes, the area of the island we were on, to like where we ended going back to our hotel. And we're driving back and we're like, should we tell someone?
Oh yeah.
So then we just decided to like, you know, fucking,
Start
like, who
texting
do we
people?
want to call? We just like called Charlie, you know what I mean? We're just like, hey dude, check it out. And she's in her wedding dress.
That's a crazy ass visual, yeah.
Yeah, just like crazy stuff.
Man, that's so crazy. Like, I didn't get a called that today. Did you guys get a?
I didn't.
Not even in the Careful Boys group chat. Like not even.
Same. I checked nothing.
Not even a
You know,
sneak peek or nothing.
Nothing, right? Not even a first look.
I don't even.
We didn't even get to roast him first.
Yeah, interesting.
I was trying to have like a happy time. I think that's why.
You want to be reminded.
Dude, we love love.
Okay.
Yeah, we love love.
Marriage.
You know what was crazy? Like that was obviously amazing and peaceful in its own way. It really was peaceful. I think that when there's like no stress about a million other thoughts too, and you're really so focused.
And pure too.
Yeah, because like for example, like I know who I am in terms of like the fucking guy. Like if I had a 400 people, if I had an audience, my vows would probably be different.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I would probably subconsciously entertain.
It's like for everybody. Yeah.
But then because I knew it was just her.
Oh God. All these Nina puns.
Oh, so many puns.
But just knowing it was just her, suddenly my vows just felt so much like simpler and like in a different way.
It's truer.
And then it was when we got home that we're like, all right, now we got to tell our parents. But we had told them all year that we would legally get married. We would go to court and we would do it, and I had all these other reasons, whether it be like loan, credit, this and that.
So your vows, nobody's ever heard what they were, huh?
No.
Can you like give us the greatest hits?
Yeah.
Can you just give us a gist?
Can you give us a pun-free greatest hits?
Give us like 16 bars.
Pun free.
For her ears only. No, we have it written somewhere, but what was crazy is telling our parents, and I think this is I think I was nervous for that. That was a nervous thing. Telling my parents, telling her parents.
She took it away from her pops.
Thank you. Well, the first question her dad asked was like, "So you gonna change your last name?"
To you or to her?
To her. And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Okay." And then after that, I was like,
What's your last? What's your last name?
Why did he ask that?
"Curious."
That's a good question.
What's your family name?
It's his name, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Oh,
What do you think about that when they don't change it?
Oh, I told Iggy's dad, I was like, she's
what's
changed
her name?
fucking name.
Enciso?
Enciso? Mm-hmm. Nina Lee sounds tight.
Yeah, she's Nina Lee now.
That sounds fucking dope.
Did she keep change her middle name to Enciso?
Yeah, I think so. Because it was her mother's maiden name before. But
That's a great name.
Yeah,
so her first name.
Gene company.
Her first name is actually Nina Dominique. Her whole first.
That's a hot name, honestly.
I call her Dominique when she starts getting mad at me. I'm like, yo, Dominique, yo.
I do that to Iggy all the time. Nicole Alexandria.
Oh, really? When she's mad at you?
No, when I'm mad at her.
Oh.
Or if she's just not listening, that's really what it is. Because then she'll listen up and she's like, why are you doing that fucking dad shit to me?
And then she's like, come on, Stephen Paul Green.
Well, yeah, it gives her that chill.
Stephen Paul,
like her parents
dude.
are mad at her or whatever. Yeah.
Stephen Paul.
I'm like, you weren't hearing me.
And I think after telling them, they're so like cool and chill about it. Like, yeah, it's cool. And my dad was literally like, you guys are old. Like, do your thing. You know what I mean?
It's about time.
And but after just reflecting, it's like also like me and Nina are both like the babies of the family, right? So our parents have already had older siblings that have done the full thing.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're losing something in a sense. They've already been through it many times. So I feel like it was a lot easier even for like parents.
Like, I don't care. I want to watch Walking Dead get away.
Yeah.
Or if anything, it's like make some children or some shit. You know what I mean?
Hurry up and make a baby.
Well, it does get hacked. I bet if you have like 3 kids, it's like, holy shit, I gotta do this again.
Slash, I know my dad too. My dad gets pissed at certain weddings, especially family weddings. Because even for like, there's a lot of saving face that has to happen in that like culture as well.
Dude, I get pissed. Church weddings fucking suck. Catholic church weddings.
Oh no, those are the worst.
You gotta do mass.
Dude, my dad cussed out like the fucking bellman at the last cousin's wedding at the hotel because they're like trying to usher people out, and he's like, God damn it, we spent thousands of dollars. You fucking kick us out. You fuck you, man. Like, my dad goes crazy.
That's fucking right. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, it's true.
And I'm always laughing in the corner because like that's funny. Like,
Why were they trying to usher people out?
it's just like people like
time?
be like, oh, the time's here, and you only rented this section of the blah 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 for this, so everybody. But when you got a bunch of old Asian people that are like kind of
They move slow.
loitering, you know what I mean?
They have
and then when they're kind of getting
conversations.
ushered out by a younger kid, and it's like you just spent like 40 grand on the hotel.
You don't want that shit.
You're just like, dude,
How good could your vows be if there's no witness? Because then who's holding you to the fire?
The kuya at the.
Oh, they heard it.
the spirits of the island, and my GoPro. We have it all on footage.
Nice.
I was wearing a lav mic too, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, I was. Because we got like
Technically,
we got
to
like a
make it
Super 8
legal,
film.
you have to have someone observing, right?
Yeah, and we signed it there. I got
You had the
photos and
makeup
stuff like
artist
that.
observing.
No, not the makeup artist there, but we have the photographer, the 2 videographers, and the kuya.
The kuya.
That's tight, dude. Well, congrats, man.
Congrats, bro.
Congrats.
Guys, thank you.
We're happy for you and Nina.
And I only told you guys late because I wanted to have all of you here at the same time to tell. But like for whatever reason, since the end of September until now, we haven't had a single time where all of us were here.
Oh yeah, that's true. Since September?
Careful boy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's either I'm gone
And
or
then
Bart's
I
gone.
told
or
Ryan
Steve's
earlier
gone.
because like by the time we were at the Quest Group party, which was a month later, random people who I hadn't seen, you know what I mean, would like either notice my ring or like, you know what's like nonchalant? It's like, hey, did you get married? It's like, yeah, we got married. And I'm like, some of my closest friends don't even know because I haven't got a chance to tell them.
That's your actual ring?
Yeah, it's my actual wedding ring.
You told me when we were having a little crypto session.
I did, because I wanted people to know. I wanted to tell my close friends, especially if like random, still friends, but just like randomly they would find out. I want to tell my close friends, but you want to tell people face to face. You know what I mean? And then
So that we're not fighting out through Lord's cow or some shit.
I didn't even tell Nikki though because I didn't know if you wanted it like known at all. So now I can tell her.
well, yeah. Now I gotta ask Nina if she's cool with this video, and then
She'll be fine, dude. She'll love it.
You told me sometime. Don't know when, but
Are we just coworkers too?
You told me sometime.
Hey,
to be fair, I think everybody did find out except for Nick.
that's about right.
Because he doesn't know about marriage.
Yeah.
But that's because
that's the goal is never tell Nick.
Nick deflects too.
I'm like, wait, what's going on, guys? What are we doing?
And by the way, that's a deeper joke than people know.
Yep.
I don't deflect it.
Did you play this though?
This shit makes me cry, dude.
I know, it's a good song.